Now it's time for Lefties Losing It, and here is some great advice from Kamala Harris telling her supporters to be just like Jimmy Carter, go out and vote early, followed by mad cackling, naturally.
So look, if Jimmy Carter can vote early, you can too.
Jimmy Carter voted early. We did have the Washington Post claiming he's very excited about Kamala. Let's check in on Jimmy Carter. This is the former president on his 100th birthday, just a few weeks ago, hopefully enjoying a military flyover. Really, shame on his family for putting him on display in that state. Whatever you think of him, he was a former president. He deserves a little dignity. You'd think his family would be watching out for him. Joe Biden's family has been accused of elder abuse over the years, but then you hear a speech like this from Joe and you suddenly stop feeling sorry for him. Before the cognitive decline, he was a dishonest scrote, and he's still a dishonest scrote. Here he is earlier today, expressing a desire to lock up Donald Trump.
He means it. This is not a joke. This is a guy who also wants to replace every civil servant, every single one. Thinks he has a right under the Supreme Court ruling on immunity to be able, if need be, if it was the case, to actually physically eliminate, shoot, kill someone who he believes to be a threat to him. I mean, so I know this sounds bizarre. It sounds like if I said this 5 years ago, you'd lock me up. We got to lock him up. Politically lock him up.
Did he just claim that Donald Trump wants to shoot and kill someone he perceives as a threat? Joe Biden is again inciting violence against President Trump, and after 2 assassination attempts in 2 months. Appalling. And now let's check in on the man who some very astute observers believe has been the one pulling the puppet strings throughout the Biden-Harris administration's reign. Old mate Barack Obama just can't understand how we got so toxic.
I don't understand how we got so toxic and just so divided and so bitter, and I get why sometimes people just don't want to pay attention to it.
The chutzpah of that man never fails to astound. It's like an arsonist holding a match saying, I don't understand why it's hot all of a sudden. Where do these flames come from? Look in the mirror, champ. Okay, I've tried to avoid this for as long as I can, but here is some local Lefties Losing It content. Senator Lydia Thorpe launching into an unhinged tirade against King Charles.
You committed genocide against our people. Give us our land back. Give us what you stole from us. Our bones, our skulls, our babies, our people. You destroyed our land. Give us a treaty. We want a treaty in this country. You are a genocidalist. This is not your land. This is not your land. You are not my kids. You are not our kids.
Now, this Lefties Losing It segment gets millions of views every week around the world. We have a massive audience overseas, and they'll be shocked to learn that Lydia Thorpe, yes, the screaming banshee you just saw, is a senator in the Australian Parliament.
I will not stand for racism in
Senator
my workplace.
Thorpe, you are not helping the situation.
And the Prime Minister knows exactly what he's doing. He wants the fascists to come out and get me. So where is my support? Off you.
Finally, here is Senator Lydia Thorpe doing some of her best work outside a strip club in Melbourne. This was just last year.
You know what I say? You know what I say to you? Shut up. You know what I say to you? And you?
You're a racist
penis.
Tom.
A black man that stands with a white little like that, you can all get too.
How the did someone get in Parliament like you?
We've been oppressed all our life in this country, and you let this little dog speak, and you are marked.
She seems like a good time. But sadly, Senator Lydia Thorpe received a lifetime ban from that particular establishment. Maxine's Gentlemen's Club in Brunswick will no longer allow her entry. Sad. Okay, let's go back to laughing at lefties losing it overseas. Here is a racist lefty in America. You know how she's voting.
What's more dangerous, straight white conservative men or axe murderers?
A straight white conservative man.
Why is he more dangerous?
Because they're capable of doing anything. They're crazy.
What makes them crazy?
They're white.
You don't think that's racist at all?
No.
And here is another woman backing Kamala because she thinks Donald Trump will take her birth control away.
If you were to vote for anybody in 2024, who is it going to be?
Kamala Harris.
Why is that?
Because I like having rights.
Having rights?
I'm gay, and I enjoy being able to marry who I want, be open about that at work. I'm also a woman. I take birth control. I like being able to do that.
Just exactly what rights did gay women lose under Donald Trump's administration? And why would he want her to stop taking birth control? She's a lesbian. Why is she taking birth control? The whole thing is confusing me. Now, this lady has really isolated the most important thing in this campaign. You better listen to her, you pack of sexist pigs.
Regardless of who you're voting for, stop referring to our presidential candidate as just Kamala. It's Kamala Harris. We do not talk about the other person running and say Donald, right? We don't just say Donald. Maybe we should. Maybe we should start calling him Donnie. But up until this point, people have only felt comfortable referring to women in power by just their first names because they do not respect women in power. They did the same exact thing to Clinton. So if you have an ounce of feminism in your body, at the very least, say Kamala Harris.
Oh dear, doesn't it just fill you with warmth and confidence knowing that folks like that vote? Here is a couple wanting to send conservatives to re-education camp. Just feel the tolerance and empathy here.
We're trying to send conservatives to re-education camps to be more accepting.
Yeah.
You want to sign that?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. So you would support taking their rights away and sending them to the camps forcefully?
100%.
Yeah, because they're trying to do that to us, so like...
Would you be in support of banning conservatives from voting?
I feel like everyone has a right to vote.
Oh, you're taking their rights away to a re-education camp.
That is true.
Now, this next clip may have a little creative input. We will check in with the lip readers on what was actually said, but I like to think it was something like this.
So is Kamala doing okay?
Nope. She's down, Joe. Now we're basically Trump is killing us at the polls. So yes, we're going to lose Joe.
Damn it. Wait. What if I come back to run again?
As candidate?
Yeah.
Well, no, Joe,
on, man.
you're
Just
not going
give me
back
another
in.
shot.
Let's let it all play out. Okay, we'll talk later, Joe.
Okay.
Women looking fine up in here.